And if I'm Enzo Maresca, I would go with Mark Yu and make João Pedro come off the bench. Have Yu, his youthful energy, run in the channels, maybe try and move the two center backs for Tottenham.
Welcome back to Morning Footy. Match day 10 of the Premier League kicks off bright and early with the Seagulls taking on Leeds. See Brighton early. Come on, give me some laughs here. That's at 11 a.m. Eastern, same time as the Nottingham Forest Manchester United game. Man U currently on a 3-game win streak. And at 4 p.m. Eastern is when we'll see if Liverpool can turn things around against Aston Villa.
That's how I feel.
Liverpool just 1 win in their last 7 matches. Before that, though, we will be seeing Tottenham Hotspur host Chelsea. Now, Spurs, they've won just 8.
And just that sound effects. It's Halloween. I'm trying to.
I like it. I like it. Keep going.
A little bit of emotion.
It's like a soundboard. It actually is like a soundboard. It really is like a soundboard. It is. You weren't wrong about that.
All right, keep going with it. All right, so Spurs, they've won just 8 of 66 matches in the league against Chelsea since the 92-93 season. So if you look at the history.
What? Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
8 of 66.
Since 92-93.
It's the start of the Premier League.
That is going to be a stat for the Golazo show. You have to keep in mind.
You want
That's
to
a
talk about
disaster.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that. That's bad.
It's
real bad.
Terrible. So obviously this is a matchup that haunts Spurs fans. So based off of history, you'll say that Chelsea will take the win. But based off of the recent form of these two teams, Lahoud, would you say that that still holds true, that Chelsea will be the one walking away with the win?
Well, I'm cautious because Tottenham Hotspur have been disastrous at home. And I know you might push your eyebrows up and say, but they're in third place. They're in a top 4 spot. They've been incredible away from home. Their last home win was against Burnley, which, if I remember correctly, was in August. So they're in desperate need of a statement win at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You couple that with some of the injuries. This is the biggest toss-up, I think, of the weekend. But a lot of Tottenham fans, when they look at Chelsea on the schedule, there's this sense of deja vu that tends to happen. But, you know, this is a matchup that I think in the end, Thomas Frank will be looking to get over Enzo Maresca because he has the element of adaptability, which is something Chelsea struggle with.
My issue with Tottenham Hotspur is who's going to score the goals? Because Van de Ven can't have braces every single week to be able to push this team forward. So that's my big concern with Tottenham Hotspur. But with Chelsea, I think that the team selection is going to be massive. They have so many wingers. It's a different lineup and a different attack almost every single match. Yeah. And I do feel that not having that consistency is hurting Chelsea. And that's why you've seen a little bit of this dip in form where it's Neto and Estevao here, but it could clearly be Gittins, who had a banger a couple days ago in the Carabao Cup. There's just so many players. Garnacho, who's in this team now. I think that consistency, not having that lack of consistency, has been hurting this team. And I think Enzo Maresca has a big job on his hands to try to figure out what is his best 11.
100%, I agree. I think it hurts their form. I think it hurts their cohesion, their collective play. And frankly, I think between Enzo and Moises, that's where you start. That's your core. And not having Cole Palmer affects that, right? By the way, did anything happen with the red card from Liam Delap? Did it not get reviewed? Because I insisted on the Golazo show because it was violent conduct. He gets a second yellow. But because it's violent conduct, I feel like that could be reviewable. And if that is violent conduct, I don't know if he's going to be available for this game. But that's just me spitballing
No,
here.
he's not available.
He's not available. But is he right?
He's not available.
Because he got a red.
Yeah.
But then for the next 3 games, right? Yeah. It's this situation here that's worrying. I understand Romeo Lavia is big. He's up and coming, young holding midfielder. But I'd rather have Cole Palmer here. But now that I don't have Cole Palmer, Liam Delap gave Chelsea another wrinkle tactically to have him work with João Pedro. Not having him after 2 months out is a problem.
I think you bring up a really good point because my biggest concern for Chelsea is João Pedro because the goals are drying up and he's doing a lot more defensive work. He looks tired. The Delap injury has forced Maresca to pretty much play him every single match. And if I'm Enzo Maresca, I would go with Mark Yu. and make João Pedro come off the bench. Have Gu, his youthful energy, run in the channels, maybe try and move the two center backs for Tottenham. On the other side, though, for Tottenham, which we do have another team we have to talk about, Tottenham Hotspur right now, their whole team, their whole attack outside of set pieces come from Pedro Porro and Mohamed Kudus. They don't really have enough creativity in the final third. And looking at the goals, their leading goal scorer is Mickey van de Ven.
Yeah.
That tells you the lack of quality that's been in the final third. And the only player of promise right now is Mohamed Kudus. He's the only one that can create anything by himself. He's the only one that's really their outlet and can go at people 1v1. And so that's going to be the matchup to watch on this right side for Tottenham.
And then on top of that, Palhinha Bentancur, it feels too stagnant of a midfield, almost too defensive of a midfield. I want someone. Maybe you work in Sar in there. I don't know how Bergvall can function as maybe a midfielder that gives you a little bit more progression, right? Other than midfielders that tend to sit a little bit more, tend to be a little bit more defensive. It would be incredible to have a profile of a player like an Enzo Fernandez in one of these two. But clearly Thomas Frank loves this, and on top of that, sure, okay, the creativity, you have it in Xavi Simons, is what someone might say, but he hasn't been playing well. So there's things to sort out for both managers.
The issue, Xavi Simons it just has not worked as of yet. I think it's fair to say he had one good moment in his first game at Tottenham Hotspur, and obviously early days, still a lot to be determined there, but has not been good. They signed Kolo Muani, and I said, okay, this could be. He had a great season last year when he went on loan to Juventus. He goes to the club. I said, okay, he can be the talisman. He can be that guy. We haven't seen anything from him.
Where's Solanke? How long
he's still
longer
injured.
does Solanke have?
Oh, man. It's anyone's guess. He's perpetually injured since he's got the Spurs. I mean,
And also Brendan Johnson. When was the last time Brendan Johnson scored a freaking goal?
He's not been good either. Yeah, it's been tough for him.
So-
Bergvall has been good. I liked when he's had an opportunity. He's been good. I'd like to see him into this 11. But again, you mentioned it that Thomas Frank really does like this Bentancur-Palhinha kind of duo in the middle.
So, Nico, ever since we're in the Club World Cup, you put something on my mind. And so when I watched Chelsea, and we had this conversation about where they go from here. You said the core is between Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez.
And Cole Palmer.
So every single match, Cole Palmer has been there. I try to watch Chelsea from the midfield. This is a match that favors Chelsea because Tottenham, when they play at home, João Palhinha, who has been one of their better players, Xavi Simons and Bentancur, if that's who they're going to line up with, they're going to try and press Chelsea out of the build-up. Teams that try and press Chelsea out of the build-up, they pay a heavy price because Enzo Maresca has set his team up to play out of the back. Reece James is going to be important. Caicedo, Fernandez, they will be so important in that, and that's going to free up space for Esteval. Once Tottenham gets broken down in the press, outside of Mickey van de Ven, they are very slow to recover, and so that is going to be the big thing I'm watching in this match.
Yeah, big matchup between these two tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern.